Cassie and Marie had been roommates for over a year now, but it was starting to feel like they were living in two different worlds. Cassie was a type A personality who liked everything in its place, while Marie was a free-spirited artist who didn't seem to care about tidiness or organization. At first, the differences between them had been manageable, but over time, they had started to drive each other crazy. Cassie would find herself constantly picking up after Marie, tidying up the space and putting things back in their place. It was like living with a tornado that never seemed to stop destroying everything in its path. One day, as they sat in their cozy living room, Cassie couldn't take it anymore. She blurted out a suggestion. "Marie, could you please put your clothes somewhere else? This bed is starting to look like a trash dump." Marie rolled her eyes and muttered something under her breath, but Cassie knew that she had finally reached her breaking point. She was tired of living in a space that felt more like a battleground than a home. Without another word, Cassie grabbed Marie's clothes and started throwing them onto the floor. Marie's mouth dropped open in shock as Cassie continued to empty the contents of her closet onto the bedroom floor. It was like a dam had burst, and all of the pent-up frustration that Cassie had been holding inside came pouring out. "What are you doing?" Marie demanded, her voice rising in anger. "This is my stuff. You can't just throw it away." Cassie stood tall, her arms crossed over her chest. "I can't take it anymore, Marie. You need to learn how to keep your space clean and organized. It's not fair to me or anyone else who has to live with you." Marie scowled, but Cassie could see the fear in her eyes. She knew that Marie was afraid of losing her roommate's approval, and it gave her a sense of satisfaction to know that she had finally found a way to stand up for herself. As the two girls continued to stare each other down, the tension in the room grew thicker than ever before. But Cassie was determined to see this through, knowing that it was the only way to create a more harmonious living space for both of them. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, Marie spoke up, her voice shaking with defeat. Okay, I'll put my clothes somewhere else." Cassie nodded, a small smile playing on her lips. "Thank you. Let's work together to create a space that we can both be proud of." And with that, the two girls began their journey towards a more peaceful and organized living arrangement. They spent the next few hours cleaning and tidying up the apartment, throwing away items that they no longer needed or used. They created a system for keeping track of their belongings, and made a pact to respect each other's space and belongings. It wasn't easy, but it was worth it. Cassie and Marie were finally able to live in harmony, each one grateful for the other's company, without the stress and tension that had plagued their living situation for so long. They learned that they didn't have to be exactly alike to get along, and that a little bit of compromise could go a long way in creating a more peaceful home.